Bye.
Love you.
See you a long time. You ready for this?
Yep.
Good old Frio. And thank you, Jrtuned. We got some grippy gloves. We're gonna try these out. But let's spray this crap on here and see how good it is. Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
Now we're gonna have to let that sit.
Hey, remember what I said about the ATF and brake fluid?
Okay, if this doesn't work, I will try your weird combo.
Hey, apparently it works.
Just so happen to have both those here.
Yeah. I'm also waiting for you to shut off the camera before I start my car because of this exhaust leak.
Fine. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, we got this thing all tore apart. We got our crankshaft out of the block now, and now we're gonna hit this thing with some brake cleaner and get it as clean as we can. We're not cleaning it to reassemble, we're just cleaning it to measure, so doesn't mean it has to be completely spot free, but obviously we want it pretty clean. So we're gonna get this thing all cleaned up. I'm gonna get the new bearings in it. We're gonna throw the new ARP main studs in there, so that's the whole reason why we're gonna be checking the main line on the block, because obviously we were putting more torque on it. So I just want to make sure that we don't need to do any machining before I send the block off, so that way I can have them do it if we need to. And we're going to get the crank cleaned up. Obviously it's going to get polished when it goes to the machine shop anyways, so we're just going to get it cleaned up to get our measurement that we need. So that's what I'm going to do now, and get the thing measured and see where we're at. Alright guys, let's talk about elephant in the room here. We're not building the motor on the porch, but we are measuring it before we take it to the machine shop. No, I don't suggest building your motor on your porch. That's not the way to do it. Not as a clean environment. Obviously we have a clean room for this, but I don't need to trump it all the way down our stairs to the clean room and deal with that when we know we're just sitting here to measure clearances. So just need to tell you guys that way you don't think we're out here building motors on the porch. But we got this thing cleaned up. You can see we got everything clean where we're gonna put our bearings. We have our crank right here. It's all wiped off and clean, ready to mic out. We have our ARP main stud kit here for this block. Now the EVO might already have this in it over there, but I just didn't even want to pull the motor apart or really use anything in it, so we went ahead and went all brand new. So I got these main studs. Now the reason that we want to measure the block is because I know they're going to have more torque spec than the factory ones, so just want to make sure that our main line is going to be in spec. And when doing so, you can see here we have multiple different bearings, and for once I'm going to show you guys the bearings that we're using. You can see here 4B1185 HX, so that's going to be a little bit larger bearing than a standard. And then we also have another HX in the mains as well, so we know that's a little bit bigger bearing. These ones are our rod bearings, so we're not going to be needing these because I already know what to set my Manley rods to that we got for it. And we're just going to be using these guys here in thrust washers today. May not even put the thrust washers in because I don't think we're going to have to deal with that gap too much, but this is what we're going to be working with. We're going to start with our standard size bearings right there. We're going to put those in and we're going to measure it and see where we're at. And then if we need to make our main line a little bit bigger, we have the one-step HXs here, so we can work with that. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to get these standard bearings in the block, and we're just going to get a good starting point of where it is, and if we need to go bigger, we'll put the larger size bearings in. So let's get these ARP studs opened up. We'll get those in the block, and then we can measure. come back. I need you. So guys, we got the main line all measured out in the block, and good news is the crank mic's out perfect. We don't have any variances in Jrtuned, so that's great. And the block, we don't really have any variances in it, but it's too loose. We're getting near 3 thou on our main line. That's not where I want to be. So unfortunately, this thing's gonna have to get a main line. I really thought with doing the ARP mainline bolts that it would get tighter, but apparently we're still loose. So no big deal. We need to clean up our mess out here anyways, and we're just waiting on the rods and pistons to show up. As soon as they show up, I've been debating, and I probably should measure the rods. While we're there, yeah, we're gonna measure rods. So that way we can drop this off. We can get everything done when we know we need to. The things that we're gonna have them do is bore it. It's 86.5 from the factory on a 4G64. We're going to 87 just to make sure we can get the right piston wall clearance I want. So that's why we ordered that piston. Got a biker ripping. And we are gonna get the main line done, and I'm gonna have them deck the surfaces on the block too. Obviously hot tank it. Then when it gets back, we'll paint this thing up and it'll look brand new. But unfortunately it needs a main line. Dang it. I swear, every time when you measure a motor, it needs a main line. It's just always, it seems like, but that's to be expected. This is not like it's a brand new motor, so no big deal. We'll get that taken care of, and as soon as we get the parts, I will update you guys. Oh, look at, oh. Is this it? Look at it, right as I'm about ready to end that. Oh man, guys, it is time. Here, I won't record him. He'll think I'm weird. I feel like that never happens. Never happens. Look at this, guys. First off, shout out to Real Street. They definitely helped out on this a lot. So, big shout out to them for getting this sent over to us. And as always, you guys know, we always use Manley products. So, we got a set of Manley Extreme Duty pistons with their upgraded wrist pin as well. Because you guys know I like to play with that pump gas life. Oh, drop the torch. Alright, and what were we running for rods? We are going to be running the normal H-Tough rods I usually run in the Subarus. I've never ran them in a EVO 4G63. I didn't even know they were available, but we've had such good luck with these rods that we're going to go ahead and use them in this. And you can see back there, we got our JE Pro Seal gasket as well. So we literally have everything to build this motor, guys. But this is what we need to measure. So we're going to get these out, and we are going to get these all measured. I think we're going to take these downstairs to measure, because a crank and rods going downstairs is pretty easy versus that heavy ass block. So we're going to put these in the clean room. We're going to go get these measured out. You guys are going to come along, and we're going to see if we need to get these machined or not. I don't think we're going to. I do run different clearances on Subaru, so that's why I'm measuring these, because I deal with Subaru so much, and not every day do I deal with an Evo. So I just want to make sure we have the right clearances that I want, and that's why we're going to measure these. So let's do it. Sorry about that. Camera died earlier when we were measuring out the rods. Looks like I've been using the camera actually a good bit today. So trying to get better at it for you guys, record a lot more. But what it came down to, guys, is the block needs to be mainlined. The crank needs to be polished. We need to deck the surfaces on the block. It's like where the head goes on these motors, where the oil pan goes, and the oil pump on that side. So we're gonna get those decked. We need to get it bored for the piston, so we brought those as well. I also brought the rods just because something didn't seem like it was adding up when I was measuring them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have them double check it, see if something's going on with my measuring tool right now, which I don't think it is. I just built a motor the other day and it was perfectly fine, but on these I do have to change out to a smaller piece on my tool, so it just doesn't seem like right, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have them check it. So we're gonna head there right now. We're gonna get this stuff dropped off so that way we can keep this EVO progress going on for you guys. So let's run in. It's gonna be about a 40-minute drive. I'll catch you guys up when we get there. All right guys, we just got the block, crank, rods, pistons, everything dropped off at the machine shop. So I do believe that's going to end out the video here on that one. They said they're about a week to a week and a half out for how long it's going to take. So unfortunately, I think that's going to delay us a little bit on the EVO project. But in the meantime, what we can be doing is I want to pull off the cylinder head so that way I can get that hot tanked and check the deck on it and make sure it's all clean, because obviously we did have a bearing failure. I want to make sure the cams are reusable, make sure the cam journals look good and everything on the head. So I think that's going to be the next video for you guys on the EVO project, is getting that head pulled off that block. For now, I have been kind of holding back on pulling the car apart until I had this block all finished up, because there was no real reason of why I had to pull it apart until then. So I've been kind of sticking to that, but we are going to get the head off, so that'll be the next video for you guys. And like I said earlier in this video, we're going to have the merch drop. It looks like it's going to be June 12th, guys, that it's going to go live on the website. I will be showing you guys more on what's going up, so pretty excited. Hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.